People stare at John Coutis every time he steps out of the house. He certainly looks very different. He only has half a body. He knows his appearance is confronting, but we suspect you'll admire him as much as anyone who's ever met him. Margaret McKinnon has his story.
I like it.
John Coutis is used to people staring at him. He knows they have questions. Why does he have only half a body? How did he have a child? And is that his wife? The reality is so much more extraordinary than anything anyone could imagine.
I was meant to be dead the day I was born. The doctors told my mum and dad, he's gone. There's no explanation why it happened or how it happened. You know, people thought it might have been thalidomide or things like that.
From day one, John's legs were useless. The lower part of his spine didn't develop. A severe disability doctors didn't understand, let alone those around him.
When I was 12 years old, I was just fed up. You know, I didn't want to be put through it anymore. I didn't want my family to be put through it anymore. And I seriously thought if I wasn't here, no one would be put through it anymore. Then I just realised I'm not dead. 1 month before my 18th birthday, I had them amputated, got them out of the way.
John was determined to prove having half a body didn't mean living half a life.
Well played, Daddy. Well played. I think the elder generation, even still today, they see I've got no legs and think that I'm a spastic as well. People from overseas that come here for holidays or just first movie might see me on my skateboard and run up and give me money, think that I'm begging. Cool. What I've already burnt.
For the record, John has all his organs. He could use a wheelchair, but prefers a skateboard. It's easier to get around. He can't use prosthetic legs because his hips won't support them. And if you're curious about an often asked question about his toilet habits...
The same way you do. My brothers used to always left the toilet seat up. Always. I remember as a kid I used to go to the toilet and the toilet seat was up in the dark. I'd climb on it to go to the loo. There's no seat there and I'd fall in.
John, stop.
Oh, stop me on a hill, love. That's good.
See the smile on my face?
He's so he's so spunk. You know, he's a good-looking guy. As I said, he has a presence. You can pass a dozen people in the street and there'll be always that one person that you'll look at and think, gosh, I'd like to get to know them. I got to know John. Yeah, I'm lucky. I am the lucky one, actually.
I know.
Yeah.
You make your own luck, love.
No, I don't know. I think we're two peas in a pod, really.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I think so.
Look, you're getting teary.
Yeah.
Having a moment.
Yeah. Hello, how are you?
I'm well.
John and Leanne were married 6 years ago.
A family friend actually brought me around to see Leanne, and the rest is history. I came around here for morning tea, and yeah, it all went from there, didn't it, really? And it was lovely. It was really, really nice.
Stop it. Sometimes, like, if John's in front of me and I've stopped, as you do, check out clothes racks or whatever else, and then John's kept going, and as I'm catching up to John, you do see people that walk past and stop and, did you see that? What happened? You know, all these sorts of comments, and I just sort of think, there's my hubby. It's cool.
And I know people think, what is she doing with that? You can feel that. I mean, it doesn't bother me. I know what she's doing with me. Go, baby, go. Giddy up.
You do get those comments, like, how come you chose somebody to be with? You had a choice to back out when you first met. Why did you continue having a relationship with somebody like John? And I mean, the simple answer was that yet again, you know, he's the person that he is. He's who he is, and that's who I fell in love with. I didn't fall in love with somebody with no limbs. I fell in love with John. I mean, what do you love with your heart? The heart's up here, not down below.
I don't like who I am, I love who I am. And that's the biggest battle. Loving who you are.
You're having
Stop
a moment.
It.
Look
yes,
at
I
you.
am. Yeah. Not many blokes do that, do they?
It's great, isn't it?
晚安，各位观众，欢迎收看中视夜线新闻。
John's positive outlook has made him one of the world's most popular motivators. In Asia, he's a superstar. Tickets for his live show are snapped up in minutes. Audience offer number 50,000.
I like to offer people hope, resolution. You know, I'd like to show them that if I can do it, anyone can do it, you know.
He shared the stage with some of the world's most influential people: Nelson Mandela, General Norman Schwarzkopf and Steve Waugh. But John's hero is closer to home. This is his stepson, Clayton.
Nice. Well, hey, look at your picture.
Born with cerebral palsy, fluid on the brain and autism, Mum Leanne was told he'd never walk, talk, eat or drink.
They said that they don't know how much damage is done, and he's more than likely very brain damaged, and we wish you well. Later on, he couldn't sit up like most children, didn't have great head control.
But it soon became clear Clayton was brilliant.
I'm really good at your background up.
This video was taken when he was 5. He's teaching his teachers about a new computer program they'll use to educate other children.
I need you to lift up the lid.
Yeah.
Clayton is now 13.
Done that?
He calls John Dad.
Come on.
John calls him son.
Whoa, okay.
Clayton, what do you help Dad with when it comes to cooking barbecues? What do you help him with?
Basically, I'm the one that says, okay, you can do that. Yes, you can do this.
To see Clayton where he was and where he is now, holy cow, absolutely mind-blowing.
Clayton feels the same way about his dad.
I think that that's just absolutely amazing that he has the courage to say, this is what I've got, let's face it.
Spend time with the Coutis family and it's clear humour helps them through the tough times. This is one of John's favourite tricks.
Help! It's got me! It's got me! I can't get out!
Joking.
Help! Help!
Oh, John, you're bad.
Isn't that funny? So you're going to miss me when I'm gone?
Yeah.
Yep. What are you going to miss the most?
Yeah.
John's about to start a 9-week national speaking tour. It'll be the longest time he's been apart from his family. If you see him in your city and find yourself staring, that's okay. But John would rather you come up and say hello.
If I had legs even for an hour, and if there was 2 things I could do, you know what I'd do? I'd take my wife dancing and go and play footy with my son. Wouldn't care about anything else. That'd be the only 2 things that I'd do. Because I know my wife loves dancing. And I know my son likes kicking a ball around.
What an inspiration. One of the more amazing and admirable people we'll meet this year. Marguerite McKinnon, our reporter, Phil Goyen, our producer.